Hello and welcome everybody to this special Polygon Review interview with me, Sebastian Sjöberg, and HuskyStarcraft. He has some interesting things to talk about, but first of all, on behalf of the whole community, let me congratulate you on winning the Teamliquid Commentator contest. Are you taking the money or the pimpish geek jacket?
Oh, I am definitely taking the jacket. The second I found out that I had won, it was pretty funny because I had stayed up really, really late the night before, so I couldn't wake up in time to hear the announcement because they started the stream at about 11 in the morning, which, hey man, for a nerd like me, that's way too early to be getting up. But as soon as I got online, I got just like 20 messages all at once saying congrats. I had no idea what was going on, but I finally figured out that I had won the commentary contest, which was absolutely awesome. And so I messaged Plexa like the second I found out, and it was like, send me that jacket ASAP. And so I'm of course going to take the Hwaseung Oz jacket. It was one thing that I really, really wanted, but I couldn't afford it at the time that they were posted for sale. So I have my NBC Hero hoodie, and then now I'm going to have the Hwaseung Oz jacket. So I'm going to be sitting pretty because, yeah, that thing is absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to get it. And just winning that feels absolutely great, considering that some of the people who did entries into that contest had been around for a lot longer than I have. And also Troz gave everyone a run for their money with his little kind of rhyming commentary, which was pretty funny. He was actually the other person I voted for, aside from myself, because that's just how I roll. But either way, it felt great to win that, and I couldn't ask for a better prize. I can't wait to get the jacket.
Congratulations, I'm sure it looks good on you. However, you are a busy man these days, with a lot of your own projects going on. Just recently, not many hours ago in fact, you commentated in the Teamliquid Arena project. What is that?
Yeah, to be completely honest, when I found out about the Teamliquid Arena 5, which was the one that I commentated, I actually didn't know too much about it because I'd never really commentated in Arena before, and on top of that, I'd never even really seen one. I caught part of the one with In Control, so I kind of got the idea, but the guys who were running it, his account name is iCupDell. I don't know if that's what he goes by, but he made a thread saying that he really, really wanted a commentator for a kind of a short notice TL Arena 5. And so my friend showed me the thread, and I talked to him, and they were actually pretty happy to hear back from me because the iCup guys they've talked to me before and they know who I am, and so they were happy about that, and I was more than happy to do it. I think the notice was pretty short, so I didn't have a lot of time to kind of get caught up to speed on exactly what it was. But what it ended up being was Legionnaire, who is a former pro gamer from Korea, who was actually pretty darn good too for back in the day when he played. It gets to play against a whole bunch of noobs from Teamliquid, so they're at anywhere between D- and C. They get to play against him and try and beat him. But of course there's a catch, is that every time Legionnaire advances to game number 2 or game number 3, he gets more and more handicaps. And so it's really, really funny the kind of handicaps that people came up with. One of the brutal handicaps, for example, was every time he makes a building, he has to send the probe that makes the building into his opponent's base to have it die. And so, I mean, every building is going to cost 50 more minerals because you're losing a probe each time. And so there's a bunch of handicaps, completely ridiculous. So it eventually came down to just total noobs were able to beat him because of the handicaps just getting completely out of control. But it is a lot of fun. It's really worth watching. I think we commentated 7 games, and they all should be uploaded, I imagine, pretty soon. I do know that right now the whole kind of raw footage of that, it was over 3 hours, or right around 3 hours. That's already on their live stream. You can get to that at any point, but they should be uploading the VODs of that. And I hope in the future that I can do more arenas. Now that I kind of know the format, kind of know the groove, kind of know what's going on, I think that I could make a little bit better of a show. But either way, this one was definitely worth checking out if you have a lot of free time, and it was a lot of fun too.
Well, it sounds like Starcraft gladiator games, and that can't be bad. I'll make sure to do a post and a link about those games whenever they reach YouTube. But you have a project that is very much your own, and perhaps one of the main reasons we are talking about this right now, namely your map design contest and tournament. Tell us a bit more how that came about and where it's going.
Yeah, I always like to hold just contests. I don't know why, because there just doesn't seem to be enough fun contests for kind of the average person. And so one of the things I decided to do was, like you said, the map design contest, because I just always feel like I should be running some sort of contest. And so this just randomly came to my mind one day because I had noticed on Teamliquid that people don't really post maps that much anymore, and I don't follow the map making community too closely, but I can't imagine it's alive and thriving very well just considering how old the game is. But I did decide to do a map design contest. I posted on Teamliquid, and I'm looking at it right now. It has about 20 pages of replies already, and I just got to double check how many maps have been submitted. I think it's 41 maps so far, and just a couple of short weeks here that people have submitted. And so I'm really, really looking forward to just kind of seeing which maps are the best. Now, there was a couple of rules. One was you had to follow a theme, which there was 3 themes, and the way that people have been following those themes have been pretty entertaining and fun to watch. And also, I allowed map triggers to be used on the maps. So, because when you play on a tournament map, you use it in the use map settings because it's an observer's map, and so you need actually 8 player slots for the referees and all that. So I'm allowing basic triggers in the map, and there's a map with kind of Xel'Naga watchtowers, so StarCraft 2 style. When you move units there, it reveals part of the map. And there's a couple of other maps I can't think of off the top of my head, but that are using just really small triggers, but still keeping like the feel and just play style of the original StarCraft game, and Brood War, of course. And so that's really cool. And then after I pick a winner from there, there's just like a really small prize. There's going to be another kind of contest that I'm going to hold, which this hasn't been posted yet, but it's going to be just a tournament on Team Liquid just using those maps. And so it's going to be an entire tournament where every single game played is going to be on the maps from my map design contest. There's not going to be any destination, no outsider, no Heartbreak Ridge, none of that stuff. All custom, brand new maps, and a lot of them I'm sure are going to be imbalanced or whatever, but it's just going to be fun because no one's going to have played on those maps except for maybe the map creator, so I really, really look forward to that. It should be a lot of fun. And also, one last thing about it is that anyone will be able to enter, and so there's really no incentive for the really, really good players to play, so anyone who, is playing in the TSL or is A- on iCup or something, they're going to want to. They probably won't play in this because there's not going to be a huge prize. There's no cash prize or anything like that. It's just going to be a fun tournament that anyone can enter, and I really look forward to it. I'm kind of excited. I can't wait to play in it. I'm going to play in my own tournament too, just to play on all the brand new maps, and I just think it's 2 contests that go hand in hand pretty well.
Indeed. I've always thought that the foreign community has a lot more to offer in terms of map design and creativity, and it deserves a proper place and a proper competition to go with it. So are we talking semi-normal ladder maps, but with, neutral dark swarms and stuff like that laid out, so that it's kind of as usual, but with tweaks and triggers? Or is it crazy?
Yeah, I've been really, really surprised what people can come with, because a lot of people don't know this, but if you use the cracked map editor, I can't remember what it's called right off the top of my head. It's the one that everyone uses. It's like SM Draft or something like that. But you can add disruption webs. You can add dark swarms. Someone tried to add psionic storms, but that crashes the game, which is unfortunate because I would have really liked to see that play out. Yeah, he was using them for kind of no-fly zones because you couldn't fly anything through there because you were going to lose it to the side storms. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. But yeah, like I said, just a lot of maps with triggers and just a lot of crazy map layouts, stuff that you really don't see in the Pro League maps, probably because it's not that balanced. But either way, I think it will be fun to kind of just do a tournament on those maps. And like you said, there is so much that the foreign community can just put out. They've just never had a platform for it. Or at least, I don't know, just the response from this, I think, shows that there was a lot of people out there just waiting for something like this. And it turned out to be a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Just I honestly expected like 4 maps, and I could have just like a little small tournament with maybe like 12 people or 16. And with 41 maps, like what am I supposed to do with that? So I really can't wait to try and figure out how to manage the response from this. Plus, I can only imagine the response from the tournament's going to be bigger because that doesn't really involve doing any work. You're just going to be there to play games, and people love playing StarCraft. So, eventually I'm going to have to cut off how many people can be in there, but in the tournament probably. But, it's going to be anyone can play no matter what your rank, even if you've never played StarCraft, which would be unfortunate, but hey, man, it's never too late to start. So I can't wait for that. That'll probably be in about 2 weeks at the time of at least recording this interview. But yeah, that's the 2 contests I'm working on.
Alright, well that sounds very interesting. Polygon Review will cover that as it unfolds. Good luck with that, Husky. Also, another thing you've got going, I heard the rumor that you might be shaving your hair off for charity or something like that. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I actually put this video up a little while ago, so a lot of people have forgotten about it or already donated, but I am doing a charity drive for Child's Play, and one of the things is that if you donate $5 or more, you can post a suggestion or send me a message on YouTube or any way you can get a hold of me, just suggesting a crazy, wacky haircut for me to get. If people know if people have been watching any of my videos, they know it's always a battle with my hair to try and make it behave. And so in this one, if they donate $5 or more, they can send me a message, and then I'm going to take the ideas that make me laugh the most. And again, there will be a poll on Team Liquid, and then whichever hairstyle people vote for the most, I'm going to make a video about it and get my hair cut that way, and pretty much leave my hair that way until either A, my boss says they're going to fire me, or B, I let it grow out. So, I mean, it will definitely not just be for the video. I will definitely keep it. And so far, the response has actually been huge. It's been pretty exciting stuff. I didn't know how big of a response there would be, and I can't wait to make the video showing the donation and also showing the haircut. So it is for Child's Play, which is a charity in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, which is where I live, and so that's why I ended up choosing that one. And it's kind of, nerd related, so I really like that idea of it. And so yeah, that's the charity. And yeah, the video is on my YouTube channel, but it's been up there for a couple weeks by now.
I'll make sure to post the link to that. Some other commentators, Diggity, I'm sure, have already done some work for